Potatoes just got strawed last week and they're already that high again. I guess we're gonna go back to it. Do you know why? Stay tuned, I'm gonna explain you that in this video. Hi, my name is Karen from Prepared and Sustainable Living. I make videos all around gardening, hunting, fishing, foraging, baking, cooking, and a lot of other areas, homesteading, crafting. So if you like some of those, stay tuned, click the notification bell, subscribe, and come on a journey with me. So last week I did strawed all the potatoes behind me. As you might see, it's probably hard to see from there, they are sticking quite high out of the straw again. Normally I say about if they're looking up more than my hand, they need to be strawed. Some of them are much higher than that. Some of them are getting really close to flowering. They really need to be strawed. So first, why do they need to be strawed? Well, if you want more potatoes, you want to hill them up again and again. You can do that with all kinds of stuff. You can do it with dirt. We get every year a big straw bale from Nick's employer. They use that for the fall festival as decoration and then don't use it anymore. So we get a huge straw bale every year. There's still a little back there. You're gonna see that later. So we have straw. You can do it with dirt. You can do it with. You probably can do it also with grass clippings. I personally wouldn't do that because it's gonna bring also a lot of weed. But that should work too. And the reason is, every time I heal them back up and cover everything but the top leaves because they need to be able to grow and to make photosynthesis and stuff like that, they keep growing. And if they keep growing, they keep producing potatoes. So as more often you heal them up, the more potatoes you can get, or the bigger chance you have to get a big harvest. Once they're flowering, they're done producing. Pretty much done. So in the time before they start flowering, I want to put straw as often as I can to get as many potatoes out as I possibly can. And that's one out of two tasks we're going to do today. The other one is going to be with the tomatoes, which is going to be really interesting to see. I can show you that right now and then what we're going to do, and then we'll do it later. So let me show you the second task that's on the list of today's video, and then we get started. And I'll show you exactly how I do it. We just put the fence up this year. I actually think I made a video not too long ago about it. I linked that. I put it on the screen right here and link it in the description. But we do not yet have a new gate, so there's only fencing I cover up with. And cultivator broke when we weeded. So between the tomatoes, there's a lot of weed right now. But if you compare that tomato, which is pretty tiny, not really big, doesn't have a lot of soil around it, together with that tomato, which is pretty big, got already pretty high, they're growing, but it has a nice big pile of soil around it, then you know why we are gonna hill up some of them tomatoes. Why do we even hill them up? Well, when you look on one of those tomatoes, like the one right here, and you touch the stem, you feel there are a whole lot of hair right here. Every one of this hair, if it goes underneath the soil, is making roots. And you want to have a tomato that has a lot of roots because it grows better, it grows faster, it is stronger against storms, it is just in general better. You always want to hill them really high. We did that with the other ones too, but for some reason the soil, I don't know if it was washed away in that one big rainstorm we had, which still has the rivers way too high, since even though it's already a week now. Fact is, they don't have enough soil, so they don't grow that fast. So, and they look a little bit droopy too. So what we're gonna do is, instead of putting soil down, since they also need a lot of nutrients, I'm gonna heal the ones up that are not doing really good with compost. I mean, it's raining right now. I hope you still can hear me good enough. So we heal them up with compost so they make more roots. We're gonna have to cut a couple of the lower branches, leaves off from some of them. And then we put compost down instead of soil for healing them up a little bit more. Give them a little bit of nutrients so they grow big and strong, and we have a lot of tomatoes. We can make a lot of stuff out of it. I really want to make some salsa again this year. I really would like to make some barbecue sauce, some ketchup, some hot sauce, stuff like that. So I hope I also can make a whole lot of content out of that. But we need to take care of our plants if we want to have a big harvest. So we need to hill some of those tomatoes a little bit up a little bit more, so they're gonna grow nice and strong. Another thing I saw when I was watering this morning is that the cabbage has some damage. Some insects are eating the cabbage, so I'm gonna have to get probably some insecticidal soap or some neem oil, which is totally natural, to get rid of them before they get too strong, and I cannot make it organic anymore and have to throw chemicals in, which we really don't want. So I need to start early and get something on those leaves before the caterpillars eat all of our cabbage and we don't have no sauerkraut or kimchi or whatever we want to make out of it this year. So that's something else I'm really gonna need to weed this day too. I might not get that done today, and I'm not gonna do that on camera because I don't want to bore you with it, but that definitely needs to get weeded too. I run a little bit behind with tasks this week, so we better get started. Let me show you the straw and explain you what I'm gonna do. So I really don't want to run all the way around the garden with every wheelbarrow full of straw because they're gonna need a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I throw them over the fence, different spots down the road, and then when I have that all done, sorry, the sun is shining too much, I can't see nothing. When I'm done with that, I go through the gate and start hilling them up. But I'll show you step by step again what I'm gonna do afterwards. Man, those tiger lilies just look really beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is I'll take straw from the straw pile we got last fall winter-ish, somewhere in that area, from the nursery, in the wheelbarrow. Fill the wheelbarrow up as good as I can, so I don't need to make that many trips. Get it over there, throw it over the fence, and then we start hilling up. It's gonna take a lot because I always also put some in the walkway too and cover everything a little bit up. It also helps against the weed, but it also, when they're really high, when there's a lot around it too, it's easier to hill them up. Those birds are really, really loud up there because because the mulberries we already harvested over 2 gallons. I need to ask Nick if you even want to have more because they're more ready to come. Stay tuned, there's definitely gonna come some mulberry recipes down the road for you guys. Before the question come up, yes, I do have a minnow trap hanging in the tree. I should be actually able to take it down now. I did, I think this time it was chicken. I made broth out of it. and then hung it up here to dry because first of all it smells, so I don't want to have it close to the house. And secondly, the minnow trap is actually a great idea from Nick because they are easily laying in one layer, so they don't lay on each other. They have air all around them. They dry out really nice. If I throw them in a compost, they're not gonna be broken up by next year, and I still have big whole bones in the garden, which don't give me nothing. This way, I'm gonna grind them up. I think I have a video I made how to make bone meal. Put that video in up here too if I haven't. Grind it up, put it aside, and when we need the nutrients from it later this in the season, like for the garden plants, I'll take the bone meal off the shelf and use it in the garden instead of buying, you guessed it, bone meal. So I normally put the bones from the pork or the chicken or whatever we have in the freezer. I had turkey the first time. I had pork ones already and chicken ones already. I have broth. I do often, not only often cook with it, I eat it with rice, with noodles, with make a soup out of it. Because always when I make the broth, there's still a lot of meat in it. So I keep the meat, I only take the bones out, put the meat and the broth in the freezer, portion up, and use it when I need it. But I also put the leftovers, the bone with the little bit of meat that's still on there, in the freezer till I have enough to make a batch. Put it in slow cooker for a day or a day and a half or sometimes more. And when I'm sure that every good stuff is off the bone, I make bone meal out of the rest, which I'm about ready to do again. The first time I put it in the oven, and that's just not worth it because then it's getting too expensive. So I air dry them in the tree on a perfect height between the ground and the branch that the raccoons can take it from the ground and can take it from the top. Anyway, I get the wheelbarrow and polish out of the tomatoes first. Get some of that really nice compost that we made last year over here. Don't ask me why the hell we have a potato and a tomato growing in here. Probably something we threw away. But it's here and I don't want to throw it away, so it stays in here. I'll just take the compost from further over there. And yes, there's a Japanese maple in our compost. Then got overwatered. It got root rot. So we got it for free. Stick it in compost and have a look if it comes back. If not, well, we got it for free. If, well, we put it in the yard somewhere. So since I decided to start with the tomatoes first, I'm gonna go with a bucket. It's a bit easier going in there. Take a bucket full of compost and bring it back once I'm in the tomatoes and show you how I do it. I hope this doesn't shake too much. I'm trying to show you that without the tripod so I can make it closer. What I'm gonna do now is getting the bottom leaf off so I have a long stem and just I ended up taking both lower leaves off, mount it higher so they get more roots and grow better. After that's done, we now go and take care of the straw for the potatoes, and I'll go and fill the wheelbarrow up and bring it back to show you what I'm doing. Right, I have a load full. I cannot carry it over there with you'll be withholding the camera, so I'll bring it back over there. Well, as you can see, 6 wheelbarrows are not quite enough yet to finish the bed, But I want to show you how I peel the potatoes before I run out of time to work today. So what I'm doing first is throwing that straw over the fence. The reason is I normally fill the whole row up first, and I really don't want to run all the way around the vegetable bed with the wheelbarrow to get it in the garden. That's just being a little bit lazy, and I think it's also a little bit faster. Normally I'm gonna do that until that's all full, but today I stop here and we go in the bed and have a look how to hill the potatoes. Okay, so let's go back in through our temporary gate and into the potato patch, and that's how life goes, right? Came out in work, and then I was a bit busy the other day, and it's so hot this week that I'm not getting a ton done at once, so it's awful right now. But I still owe you the rest of the video, so we are now back in the potatoes. Some of them are already about to flower, so we really need to get that done. And I'll show you right on that potato how I'm gonna do it. So actually pretty simple. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera at the microphone. I just take a whole bunch of straw, cover the whole potato up, that it looks like it's almost covered. Has to be a little bit open, but most of it is covered. This way it keeps producing, and it still has green leaves on top, so it doesn't die off, and it can grow. So, but that's what I wanted to show you today, because I did a whole lot yesterday, the other day when I started the video. Not yesterday, it was earlier. And I know it's been a while since the last video. I really gonna try now to make at least a video a week. I actually would like to make more. One video is already in the making. That's gonna be a video soon for zucchini bread. I do start baking with my acorn flour soon. There are some more experiments coming up, some more prepping stuff coming up, and hopefully a lot of fishing coming up. So stay tuned until the next time. And if you like that video, YouTube shows a video for you that they think is best for you to watch next. And I have you the gardening playlist link to. If you want to watch something else, I have a lot of other playlists for preserving and homesteading and crafting and prepping. So have a look around. Please let me know what you want to see. I am always open for your ideas. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, and I'm pretty sure whatever you come up with, it's already on my list. I just push it a little bit further ahead and make that first. So let me know what you want to see, what you don't want to see. Until the next time, stay prepared and sustainable.